He's Tim Howard, the U.S. soccer goalkeeper. He joins us now. Tim, how hot was it down there on the field?
It was warm. The scary thing is that's probably not the warmest venue, so we're going to have to get used to it.
I was also wondering about when you see your teammates score, you have nobody to celebrate with. So I kind of feel bad for you. You can do a fist pump, but there's nobody there to really celebrate with.
Yeah, don't feel too bad. I mean, if I get really excited, I'll run off and celebrate somewhere. I'll figure out a way. But normally, just try and stay composed.
How many goals have you scored in your career?
Just one.
And that was against who?
That was in the English Premier League game against Bolton about 3 years back.
Okay. How excited did you get? Did you take your shirt and put it over your head? Did you fly around like an airplane? How did you celebrate, Tim?
I didn't actually celebrate, number one, because it's not normal, so I didn't really know what to do. And secondly, I was a little bit embarrassed, for the other goalkeeper, so I was trying to keep my cool.
If I mic'd you up during a game, because I can hear your voice. You've lost your voice. You're yelling the whole time. How PG would it be? Would I have to bleep out if I mic'd you up for game against Portugal?
Yeah, we'd have to be on a delay, and you probably have to bleep out most of it. But you get the content for sure.
But what are you yelling at? What do you accomplish?
When we play a game like that, it's so loud that just talking doesn't help. They can't hear. So I try to get little points across whatever's happened in the game. Something I see, it could be obvious, or it could be something that the other team has changed. And I'm just trying to make a point to defenders and hammer home certain points when I get the opportunity, because it doesn't come very often in a match of that intensity. It's just too loud to communicate. But
is there a similarity with hockey goaltenders you have to be sort of a strange personality, different breed to play the position. Is it the same with goaltenders in soccer?
They seem to say that. I think I'm pretty normal, but again, my range, I'm not sure where my range is. I think I'm normal, but there are a lot of goalkeepers who are just crazy and live up to that standard.
Okay, who is crazy, and why would they be crazy, goaltender wise?
Yeah, we had a guy on the national team named Marcus Hanneman, and he was certifiably crazy. He liked his guns. He liked to make his own jerky, and he flew planes, and he was out of his mind. Greatest guy in the world, but out of his mind.
He's Tim Howard, USA soccer goalkeeper, joining us on the show. Giving up the late goal, what's that feeling like as the ball goes by you and you're in a sprawled position?
It's part of the game. It happens, and we just have to try and manage it. And I think that was what when Ghana got the equalizer, they were on top of the game. They had a lot of possession, and they got the goal, which probably was coming from their standpoint. And so at that point, it's just about managing emotions and trying to get everybody switched back on. So that we don't concede a second goal and lose the game, because we worked so hard to at least take at a minimum a point with the draw.
But have you ever felt embarrassed when you give up a goal? You said it's part of the game, but is there that moment? Because like a reliever can give up a home run and lose a game, and you got to come back the next game. You don't come back the next game as much as now you got to get back in goal. But the embarrassing part of it, have you ever felt that?
Yeah, not really. I mean, if you give up a goal, maybe you shouldn't, or a guy makes a wonderful play, you feel a little bit embarrassed. But I don't think that's the emotion. It's just, you get disappointed, you get upset, but it's because it happens, and when you get teams win and lose by scoring goals, you get used to making saves, you get used to giving up goals, and then you just have to get on with it, and you hope that you make way more saves than goals you give up.
What's the strangest thing you've thought about during a game, during a match, in goal?
You name it, anything really. What I'm going to eat after the game. Something maybe that's coming up next week. I don't know. I literally think about everything. I'm pretty good at staying focused for 90 minutes, but every now and again, there's a funny fleeting thought.
Would you like to beat up Ronaldo?
No. I played with him at Manchester United, and he's one of the greatest teammates I've ever had. Hardworking, just electrifying.
Okay, would you rather look like Ronaldo or play like Ronaldo?
Look like him.
I got an injury update on Altidore.
I don't, but I'm going to bury my head in the sand until I hear some good news.
Dempsey's nose, how'd that look after the game?
It looked out of place, but Prince of Tough Kid, man. He's our captain, and he wears it. That's kind of how he grew up. Just slugging it out and figuring out a way.
What's with all the super tight jerseys? You guys trying to sex it up a little bit here?
I think so. I think that's the way the game's going. Ghana's were like 2 times as tight as ours were, but a different manufacturer. So Nike did a good job with ours. We like them. People seem to like them. So you have to keep your body fit if you're going to put that thing on.
We will beat Portugal if
we play near perfect game.
Near perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So not much room for error there.
No, but we're capable of it. We've done it before, so we feel confident we can do it again.
How long did it take for the European fans to accept you as being American? And you've been there a while, but was there a moment where you said, all right, now they accept me?
It's a good question. I don't think there was any singular moment. Being at Everton, I've been in England 11 years, at Everton 8 of those, and I feel, and I'm one of them. I'm an Evertonian, and I know it. I feel it. People in the streets say it. When we play home games, you can feel it. So I don't know. It's taken a while. I think anytime you have to be loyal. In today's day and age, sports, athletes, teams, no one's really loyal. So I think once you get over that hump and you can pledge your loyalty to a club by not just with words, but by years served, then I think you become one of them.
Tim, I this is where I have a hard time understanding this. You've been in England for 11 years, right?
Yeah.
Why is it Gwyneth Paltrow can go over for a summer and come back with an English accent, and you don't have one?
I think you choose to have accents, and so certain people enjoy it and like how it sounds. So
but do you do it though when you're in England? Is there a little bit more of an English accent too in English?
I think I use more English phrases.
Okay.
Not accents, but more of the phrases, because otherwise people look at you funny when you ask them where the bathroom is. You have to ask for the toilet or the loo.
The loo.
Little things like that.
And there's also isn't lunch. Wait, is dinner lunch, but tea is dinner?
Yes. So dinner is lunch, tea is dinner. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That took me a while to get used to. Yeah.
Hey, great to talk to you, Tim. Congrats on the win, and good luck this weekend against Portugal.
Thanks so much, Dan.
All right, that's Tim Howard, USA soccer goalkeeper.